I'm Lamar Sanders, Senior Technical and Installation Manager for Thinkspace Office. I'm going to show you a quick overview on how to use our HushOffice pods. The pod I'm in front of is a HushFree S, but this overview will cover every pod in the HushFree line, no matter which one you have. Now let's get into the basic controls of the Hushassistant. So here you have your standard outlet. You have your USB C and A. You have your Ethernet connection if needed. This is our Hushassistant screen. With this, you can control the lighting, ventilation, operating mode, time and scheduling, as well as the system and configuration. To make sure your Hush product is utilizing its full capabilities, you need to make sure that the correct product is selected in the settings. To do so, you long press on the time for 4 seconds. Put in the default code of 0000, go to your setting icon, and make sure that the correct product is selected. In this case, it's a HushFree S. Once it's selected, you hit the green check mark, and then you down arrow back to the home screen. To select your correct time zone, long press on the time for 4 seconds. Default code 0000. Hit the globe icon, then select your correct time zone. After selecting it, hit the green check mark, and then down arrow back to your home screen. To connect your pod to Wi-Fi, you would long press on the time for 4 seconds, 0000, and then you hit the Wi-Fi icon. Then you find your Wi-Fi network here, connect, and then you put in your Wi-Fi password. After you input your password, hit the green check mark to connect. Once you're connected, then you down arrow to your home screen. To set your time and date, you would long press on the time for 4 seconds. Input the default code 0000. Go to your clock icon, and here you will set your time and date. And for the time, it always shows in the settings in a 24-hour format, but on your home screen, it will show correctly. Once you have it set, you hit the green check mark, then down arrow to your home screen. To set the timer in the pod, select the timer icon from the home screen. You can adjust the timer from 5 minutes up to 2 hours. Once you have the time selected, you hit the play button and then down arrow to the home screen. To change your motion sensor delay, you will need to get into the Hushassistant settings by long pressing the time for 4 seconds. Default code is 0000. Hit your setting icon, sensor delay, and you can adjust the sensor delay to as low as 10 seconds or as high as 15 minutes. The default setting is 5 minutes. Once you have it set, you hit the green check mark and then down arrow back to your home screen. To change the default setting passcode, you will need to get into the Hushassistant settings by long pressing the time for 4 seconds. Default code currently is 0000. You would hit your settings button here and hit code and change it to whatever code that you prefer. Then you would down arrow back to the home screen. To check for system update, you will need to get into the Hushassistant settings by long pressing the time for 4 seconds. Default code 0000. We'll hit the eye icon And make sure that your pod is connected to the Wi-Fi before checking, which this one is showing connected. And then you would check here for update. This one is updated, no update available. To adjust the lighting in the pod, you hit the sun icon here and then tap it once more, and you can adjust the light intensity as well as the hue of the light. If your pod has side lighting, to adjust that, you hit the sun icon, then you hit the face icon, and you can adjust the brightness of the side lights. To adjust the ventilation in the pod, you hit the fan icon, and you can adjust the intensity of the fans in the pod. The Hushassistant has 5 operating modes. To access those modes, click the icon below the time. The 5 operating modes are auto mode, default mode, relax mode, focus mode, and video call mode. Auto mode is based on the circadian rhythm, adjusting the brightness and color temperatures according to the time of day, creating the most natural lighting conditions for the user. To have your pod always set to auto mode, which is the circadian rhythm lighting, you will long press on the time for 4 seconds, input the default code, which is 0000, go to your mode setting, and then arrow up where auto is until auto is at the top of the list. Once auto is at the top of the list, you green check to save the settings, and then down arrow to get to your home screen. Default mode puts the fanning lighting in the factory presets. These can later be adjusted in the Hushassistant setting to your liking. Relax mode creates a warm tone. In this mode, it provides a calming environment, ideal for short breaks and well-being. Focus mode creates a bright environment. In this mode, it enhances concentration for detail-oriented tasks like drafting documents. Video mode provides a bright tone, which is perfect for virtual meetings and video calls. If your pod is equipped with the side LEDs, these will be illuminated in this mode as well. If your Hush product does not have side LEDs, then you will not see a video call mode. To put the pod in demo mode, which shows its range of capabilities, you will need to get into the Hushassistant settings by long pressing the time for 4 seconds. Default code is 0000. And here is the demo button. You hit the demo button, and then you want to make sure that it's on. So once it's on, you hit the green check mark, and then you down arrow to your home screen, and you should see the demo mode in your home screen now. To run a diagnosis on the pod to make sure that everything is connected properly, you will need to get into the Hushassistant settings by long pressing the time for 4 seconds. Put in the default code of 0000, then hit the magnifying glass with the check mark. From the diagnosis menu, you can perform a hardware check, main light power, main light color, side light, fan, occupancy light, radar sensor, as well as noise sensor. Once you ran your diagnosis, you can down arrow to the home screen. And that's an overview on how to operate the Hushassistant and our HushOffice products. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out.